Welcome to the Tax Magic podcast, where we try to do tax magic.
We bullshit a lot of level. They look at the
Tax magic. All right. I want to know from you, what is your favorite code section from the IRS
Internal Revenue Code
revenue code section number?
number. It's code section 162.
I've been working with you for 30 years on and off.
Yeah.
And I do not know the numbers still. I don't even know what 162 is. So go on, see, it's going to be a surprise.
Yes, sorry. It basically is if it's ordinary and necessary to produce your income, and it's reasonable, which by the way is not defined anywhere, then it's deductible to you or for you. So let's say that I need a guitar because I'm going to sell music. I don't know. And I'm going to write music. I'm going to sell the rights to that music. Make a royalty income. The guitar would then be deductible because it's ordinary necessary for me to make the royalty income.
Okay. Now, when you talk about, let's break it down a little bit, each of the words. So ordinary. What would you say most of the really ordinary type deductions? Is that?
It's ordinary for the business you're in.
Okay.
So if I'm in the business of a musician, or you're in the business of a musician, and I'm a CPA, I have no need for guitar.
So
it would not be ordinary.
And therefore not deductible.
Correct.
Under your CPA business.
Correct.
All right. So that's the ordinary part.
Mm-hmm.
A contractor, obviously ordinary would be tools.
Correct. And a truck.
Yeah. And we can think of numerous things. That's partly why they make us choose a code on our tax.
Correct. And that comes in
Begun a business of any kind.
That's the NAIC code.
Okay.
And that also they use to audit with. So if you put it on, they put you in the group of other people that have that same code.
Start comparing it.
And they compare you to the norm.
Okay.
Well, there is no norm anymore because of COVID. We still have another year to 2 years to get a norm, to get in something to average against.
Okay. So now what about ordinary and necessary? They combine those two with the and. They need to be both.
Needs to be both. And reasonable. So remember that one.
By necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Do they mean other, you eliminate this thing and you would no longer be able to earn your income? Does it have to be that's kind of
or for your career or your income, it would be ordinary for someone else to have the same equipment. And it would be necessary to earn that income. A phone would be ordinary necessary for just about every business you have.
Right. Again, that would be ordinary for everyone. But I mean, I can think of, I purchased the Apple Vision Pro, which is a ridiculous piece of equipment.
What is it?
It's those goggle things.
Oh, it's like the MetaQuest.
Right.
Exercise.
And I was thought they were awesome. And it works very well for me in trading because you could just open up infinite screens all over your house. And so, but that's not very ordinary.
No, but it could be if people knew about it.
Oh, okay. So in terms of that.
Yeah, in terms of trading, because you're opening up the screens around the house.
I'll tell you my reason for having it. I can just not make it better for you.
Yes, because then I know how to
explain it, why this one is in there.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I had a situation where a client was a daycare provider.
Ooh.
And my son was in the daycare class. And I drove the bus because I had the biggest car. But that's irrelevant. But it was fun. And she got audited as soon as she moved to Omaha. Well, we had deducted a marching band because the kids marched around the house playing the drums, playing guitar, playing all those things. So that became an item that he wanted to know about. Well, I just explained to him, this is what you do with 3 to 6 year olds. You set up a marching band, you let them play the hell out of it all around the house. Sometimes they went into the street. Sometimes they didn't. But the idea was that even though as a
Teaching tool.
correct. And music,
Right.
for the kids' music.
So music class, which is ordinary
Right.
in any kind of school curriculum.
Well, not anymore, but it was that then.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but the idea was it, even though not everybody would have this, they could.
Or for most people, it would not be deductible.
For most people, it would be deductible, but for the other daycare provider,
As a parent, I couldn't go and buy all of the pieces of a marching band and make that deductible.
not unless you had a company that actually produced music for a marching band or training, educating, where you gave music lessons, then it would be a deductible item.
Okay.
So,
All right. So we've got
oh, by the way, I won the audit.
we've got the necessary. And what's the third one?
Reasonable.
Reasonable. All right.
Well,
Is that kind of part of the whole conversation with your client?
yeah, because I had another situation, where a client's very tall and he had, we get blood clots in his legs. So he couldn't sit in economy or business class. So he wrote off he's going on the trip.
That's standard in his company.
For him.
Yes.
Well, it's not even a standard for him. It's ordinary or well, it's reasonable for him. It would not be reasonable for me to say, I don't fit in an economy seat because I'm 5'2", maybe.
Right.
That's arguable. But anyways, but for you, if you have blood clots in your legs and you need to stretch them out,
So does the IRS make a case that first class tickets are deductible?
absolutely most they have. Absolutely they have.
Okay, that's a shocker.
Absolutely they have. I think it's ridiculous.
So what do? You have first class tickets and it is a business trip.
They will take the difference between the first class and the economy and give it to you as personal. Oh. More time you really don't know. The more you know, the less you owe.
No, I would owe more in this situation.
Because you didn't know us. Because you didn't know.
Which means I would get that, thrown out if I try to deduct a first class ticket. Unless
we would figure out a way to justify your doing it, not just because it was comfortable.
got it.
I mean, reality is most things are justifiable in one way or another. But, well, for example, if you're going to go to,
I imagine all we have to look to is Google and Amazon and all the rest of them with their private jets.
well, unless it wasn't a business purpose and they didn't get to write it off, but they did anyway. That tax return is a good one, by the way.
Right. I like this. What else do you think in terms of reasonable? What are some of the other tests for reasonable? Because you say there is no set definition. So do we have to sit across from an IRS agent
And then make them believe.
and make them believe that it's reasonable?
Right.
Now, is that a difficult thing to do considering, they're in the government, they're not necessarily running around? Do a lot of the things that
Not if you're a person. This thing, keep going.
do you run into that?
Yeah, it's a DOS, yeah. I actually won an audit because I got the Webster's dictionary out and read the definition of reasonable. Because what she was saying was absolutely wrong. And the other thing is I don't give up. I just keep, it's like that little kid that goes, but what if? Or, well, okay, you said I couldn't have the cookie. How about if I have a cracker that looks like a cookie?
Just happens to have chocolate on.
Happens to be the cookie.
Yeah,
But
it's actually a cracker.
but it's actually a cracker, right? So that's the kind of, I don't, you kind of get them going in a circle, and sometimes they go, okay, just leave. We'll give it to you because we are tired of listening to you.
But that's something you keep back in the back of your head when you are coming up with things that this is necessary, and not necessarily just impulsive when you want it.
Right.
It has to be, someone might have to argue for you at some point.
Yeah, that is possible.
Okay. So I read that through it.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, the thing is normally if you can get me to believe or accept it as ordinary, necessary, and reasonable, I can actually win.
Okay. And then the last thing, why is it your favorite?
When it is out wide open.
Hey.
I mean, when it's wide open, it gives me a lot of wiggle room, and it gives me a lot of deductions.
You know what else, Kathy? It gives you a lot of creativity. This is one of the ways in which you can interact with your clients and figure out a way that they probably make more money, enjoy their business, right, by coming up with things that are
Deductible.
reasonable,
Ordinary necessary.
ordinary, and necessary.
And the one thing you should ask is not, can I write it off? Because the answer probably be no.
Oh, okay.
It'll be, how can I write it off?
And I would then be the other person saying, and should you?
That's what you'd say.
That's right.
She said, should be careful. That's what she said. No.
All right. Well, thanks so much. Another little jaunt into the tax code. It's been a fun. All right. And remember,
The more you know, the less you owe.
all right.
This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute professional advice of any kind. Always consult with your tax professional. Be sure to read this full disclosure. Listener discretion is advised.